Hey, what's up guys, you're watching TechAM here. Now there are many different Android Wear Smartwatches for you to choose from right now, but only two of the smartwatches have a circular display, not square. And these are the Moto 360 and the LG G Watch R. And if you're considering on buying one of these smartwatches but aren't really sure on whether you should rush out and buy the Moto 360 because of its looks, or you should wait for the LG G Watch R because of its nice display, then keep watching this full video to see a full comparison between these two smartwatches. Starting with the design. So the Moto 360 has a really nice looking circular watch face which has a diameter of 1.8 inches, and I'm sure you can agree with me about the fact that how awesome looking this smartwatch is. I mean, just look at it, look how beautiful it looks. And this is actually the first Android Wear watch to have a circular watch face, and in my opinion, no other smartwatch would stand a chance against the beastly Moto 360 in terms of design and build quality. The watch has these really nice chamfered edges which make it look like a very nice watch, along with the fact that it weighs only 49 grams considering it has a metal body. The premium and solid looks and feels, I guess, also comes from the fact that it's made of stainless steel, just like the LG G Watch R, but the fact that the LG G Watch R has plastic on the back, I guess it kind of takes away a bit of the solidness. And in terms of the thickness, the G Watch R comes in at only 11.1mm thick, making it a tiny bit thinner than the Moto 360, but I don't know how big of a difference this would make, as the weight of the watch is still yet to be discovered, as well as the diameter of the whole watch face, not just the display. And finally, for the design, the 22mm strap on both these devices will be changeable, so you don't have to stick with the same strap you got initially, and the colours the 360 will be available in are black and silver, whereas the G Watch R will be available in only black. Now I personally wouldn't make a very big deal over the colour options that are available for each smartwatch, unless for some reason it affected the performance, which probably 99% of the time wouldn't. So overall for the design, I think LG has done very well in producing a circular, traditional looking smartwatch. But I must say, the Moto 360 takes the lead in terms of design and build quality. It just completely stands out when put next to all the other smartwatches out there. But I can't really say on how the 360 feels, as I haven't really got a chance to get my hands on it. Moving on to the display. So the Moto 360 has a 1.56 inch IPS display which you can just tap on to get a glance on the time, and there's also another way you can light up the screen, which I'll talk about later on in the video. And the display is packed with a resolution of 320 by 290, giving it a pixel density of 205 ppi, which isn't the sharpest, but you may be thinking, if the Moto 360 is a complete circle, then why are there more pixels horizontally than there are vertically? It's because at the bottom of the display there is this little black bar which contains an ambient light sensor, which I'll again talk about later on in this video. Now the black bar could change your opinion on the smartwatch, but many people have used the smartwatch and have claimed not to realise the black bar after having using the watch for quite a long time. But the LG G Watch R on the other hand has a 1.3 inch POLED display rocking a resolution of 320 by 320. And the advantages of an OLED display is that you get wider viewing angles, you get deeper, darker blacks, colour reproduction is better. So for the display, I think I'm going to hand it over to the G Watch R, because OLED displays overall have many advantages over an IPS display. So far it's been a tie between the Moto 360 and the LG G Watch R, and without any further ado, we're going to head straight into any other additional features. And I mentioned before that there's another way for you to light up the screen on the Moto 360, and that is for you to just lift your wrist up and they will just light up so you can see the time straight away. For the sensors, both smartwatches have a built-in gyroscope, accelerometer, compass, heart rate sensor, which is pretty cool. But what the Moto 360 has that the LG G Watch R doesn't is an ambient light sensor, which I had mentioned before. And because of the sensor, the watch can adjust its screen brightness depending on the light conditions. So if you're outside in the sun, the display will automatically turn brighter, whereas if you're indoors where there's less light, then the display will automatically turn dimmer. But the flip side of the coin, what the LG G Watch R has that the 360 doesn't, is a barometer. So for sensors, I would say it is a tie. Any other things that are common in both watches are Google Now. Both are actually IP67 certified, meaning that they will be water resistant. Both come with 512 megabytes of RAM, 4 gigs of storage. Both smartwatches will also require an Android phone running software version of 4.3 or higher. And in terms of the watch's OS, they will both be running Android Wear, as I mentioned at the very beginning of this video. So the UI will be basically the same, apart from maybe a few tweaks here and there. The other difference is battery. The Moto 360 has a 320 mAh battery, whereas the LG G Watch R on the other hand has a 410 mAh battery, so You can say the G-Watch R will have a longer lasting battery life, but it all really depends on how many times you check your watch, really. And when you do run out of battery, you obviously need to charge your watch. And when you put the Moto 360 in its little charging dock, it looks awesome, as you can see right now. But the LG G-Watch R also supports wireless charging, and the very final difference between these two watches is the CPU. The LG G-Watch R has a Qualcomm Snapdragon 400 processor, whereas the Moto 360 is packed with a TI OMAP 3 processor. And the OMAP 3 is actually a very outdated processor, as it used to be used in smartphones many years ago. And because of the fact that it is outdated, it leads to poor performance. And by that, I mean when navigating around the smartwatch, you experience some frame drops, whereas the LG G-Watch R is much more responsive and just more fluent overall in terms of navigation. So overall, I would say the winner is, well, this is quite a tough choice actually. I mean, the Moto 360 has a wonderful, well-crafted premium design and is packed with nearly the same specs as the LG G-Watch R. But the LG G-Watch R, on the other hand, is very snappy, is very fluent, is fast, and has a longer lasting battery life. And also, the G-Watch R doesn't have the little black bar at the bottom, but that's to do with personal preference. And for the price, the Moto 360 in the UK is priced at £199, and as of now, we don't know the price of the G-Watch R. But if it does turn out to be about £50 more, then it's quite understandable, as it has a better screen, it has a newer processor, it has a longer lasting battery life, theoretically. But if I were to buy one of these, then I would definitely go for the Moto 360. So the Moto 360 is the winner over here, but what do you guys think? What smartwatch do you think is the winner? The Moto 360 or the LG G-Watch R? Feel free to let me know in the comments section below, and be sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed, and be sure to subscribe if you haven't already for more tech videos like this, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching.